Okay, 6C. I think this is a really fun one. So you're doing the integral from 1 to 3 f double prime of 2x dx. And that integral sign is telling you need the antiderivative. And you probably already know the antiderivative of f double prime. And it would be f prime, because when you take the derivative of f prime, you would get f double prime. This is going to be a u substitution question, though. That is what I would recommend, because there's a lot going on in this function. And another way to say it is f double prime has an antiderivative, but 2x also has an antiderivative. So when you have those like multiple pieces, that is when I would use u substitution. So I'm going to use u is 2x. Then you take the derivative of u with respect to x. There's your independent variable. The derivative of 2x is 2. And then we would multiply by dx on both sides. So you get du is 2 dx. I'm going to just write this a little bit larger. Okay, and then what was the color coding I would use? I think it was yellow. We're looking, no, I would use blue. We're looking for 2 dx in that integral. So when you go looking for 2 dx, you've got the dx, but you're missing the 2. So you'd introduce the 2 and introduce the 1/2. And then the u value is 2x. So the 2x is right here, and that's going to turn into u. Okay, I'm going to go 1/2. I'm not going to fill in my limits right now. F double prime, 2x is becoming u, 2 dx is becoming du. And then the upper and the lower limit, we're going to also change to u values. So here's how you move between u and x values, or x and u values. So right now, 1 is an x value, but if you plug it in, you get that the u value is 2. And 3 is also an x value. You'll never see that written in. I'm just doing that as a guide. But when you plug in 3 as an x value, you get a u value of 6. And again, you'll never see like equals u and equals u. I'm just writing that so you know they've been converted to u values. The benefit of that is when you do the antiderivative now, the antiderivative of f double prime, again, is f prime. So it's f prime of u bracket 2 to 6. Integral sign goes away, du goes away, and you have your bracket 2 to 6. Because these are u values, you are now allowed to plug them in for u. And you don't have to convert back to x or anything like that. So then you've got your 1/2 f prime of 6, right? Plug in the top one first, minus 1/2 f prime of 2. And all of these values are going to come from the chart. So you're almost done. You've got 1/2 f prime of 6 is 5, minus 1/2 f prime of 2 is -2. So that is 1/2 of 5 plus 1, because the 2's cancel. And also, sorry, remember, you could just leave it like that too if you wanted to. You don't have to simplify, or you can grab your calculator, do it in your calculator, whatever. So this is 5 over 2 plus 1. However you want to write that, 7 over 2 or 3.5, or you just left it like that. Any of those forms would be totally fine. So this rubric, it's 2 points for your antiderivative. So that would be right here, knowing the antiderivative, the u substitution, all that. And then this is so, oh, they did this, they didn't do u substitution, but I think that's how we would do it. That is how we would do it. So this looks a little bit different, but it's 2 points for the antiderivative and 2 points for the answer of 7 over 2.